Hey, what is going on, my brotherhood? Welcome to another new episode of Like, Love, Destroy. But in this episode, we're going to call it Mid-Card Main Event Jobber. If you guys are excited, I hope you are. I gotta have you Superman punch that like button, and if you're new, Samoan drop yourselves into the Brotherhood so you can hang out with us and just be a part of the Brotherhood. Just be a part of the Brotherhood, you know?
Exactly.
So I got some guest speakers today. First of all, I'll introduce my lovely wife. You know her, you love her. She is Serafina. How you doing, Serafina?
Hey guys, I'm good.
We have the one, the only, the swagalicious Nikki Poo. Hey, Nikki Poo, how you doing?
Really? Really?
Wow.
You're telling me you're not swagalicious?
I am swagalicious. I'm swagadicious.
Swagadicious. We got Marty Matt. How you doing, boy?
Fantastic, man. Ready to get this show on the road.
And we've got the one, the only. He was there to ride the dinosaurs. You know him. You love him. The dusty one, Zimby. How you doing, my boy?
I was not there for the dinosaurs, but I have made a study of them. Thank you very much.
Don't let him confuse you. But if you guys didn't know already, we are going to be talking about WWE Evolution, and we're going to be discussing the WWE women who have wrestled throughout the ages. Just so you know, we will be talking a little spoiler here, because, you know, even though the match was already done, the show's already been over with for a little bit, we are going to go ahead and discuss the, this is going to be a different episode. We're going to talk about, it's going to be a loose-based discussion, but by the end, you will hear everyone's mid-card, main event, and jobber after we do some discussing. But real quick, just before we get into everything, I just want to go over the matches that were available today, and then we'll go ahead and start talking. We had a Battle Royal. Some big people that were involved in the Battle Royal were some old school wrestlers like Molly Holly, Ivory, Kelly, Michelle McCool, Tori Wilson. And then you had the wrestlers of today like Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Ember Moon, my girl, Naomi. You had Mela is Money, and you cannot forget that the first two eliminations in that match were so iconic.
Oh,
Yeah, they were iconic.
Oh, it was so iconic.
Oh, I hate those two so much.
We had the Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. If you guys are a little bit confused, the reason why Alexa Bliss wasn't involved in the match, she broke her nose and had a concussion, so she was not medically cleared to do the match. She did join them at ringside, though, so at least she got to be a part of the event. We also had the I'm going to pronounce this probably very horribly, Ioe Shirai versus Toni Storm for the 2018 Mae Young Classic Final. The NXT Women's Championship with Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. And the SmackDown Women's Championship, which was being defended by Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. And the Raw Women's Championship was defended by Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. So, now that we've got the matches out of the way, we can go ahead and start discussing our thoughts on the overall event. I'm going to give it a solid B+.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, B+ sounds about good.
Now, Christina, you didn't get to see the match.
Nope, I was at work. I missed the whole thing.
But Hailstorm opened it up, and I love me some Hailstorm.
I love Hailstorm.
That was
Caleb and I have seen them several times.
Oh yeah, Hailstorm is our jam. That is our
band.
band.
Yeah.
I can't say I have.
And that guitarist
is
the guitarist, the lady that was in the ring playing. She's a professional guitarist for people like Alice Cooper and stuff.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
I knew I recognized her from seeing her on something or other recently, but I couldn't think of what.
And Nick, I believe Nick's only seen the SmackDown Women's Championship match, if I'm correct.
No, I saw Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella.
Okay, so you saw the pretty much
The two championship
the-
fights.
almost the most important matches of the night, but I would almost argue that because there were some really other good matches too. But so we don't want to we're not really here to discuss the matches, but I do want to go ahead and get into them very briefly. I'm just going to give my thoughts real quick. Trish and Lita versus Alicia Fox and Mickie James. It was a good match. It was nice to see them in the ring doing what they do best, you know. I'm not going to say anything horrible because I'm horribly out of shape and I could not do half the crap they can do in the ring. But you could tell that they've been out of the ring for a while.
Yeah.
But I would not expect anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you guys expecting her to, like, were you expecting Lita to just Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy that stuff and, you know,
No.
like...
I mean, she came out strong out of the gate. Speaking of Trish, she really did in her first stint in the ring in the match. But she slowed quickly, which kind of threw me for a loop a little bit watching it. Because coming out as strong as she did, I kind of thought she was going to end strong.
I'm not, like I said,
know what I
I'm
mean?
not going to take away anything from the fact that she's a mother of what? Like,
I think
two or
two.
three.
two or
I
three.
think.
Lita's a mother. The fact that those women could do what they did in the ring.
And they're in.
Is phenomenal.
So-
it certainly is.
So I'm not going to say anything more about that match. It was just a piece of great nostalgia seeing them whoop the candy asses out of Mickie James and Alicia Fox. Even though I love you, Foxy. I love you, Foxy.
I think adding Fox, just on a personal note for me, I think adding her to the match, regardless of the reason why, was a better choice for WWE in terms of her compared to Alexa Bliss.
No, I completely disagree with you. Alexa Bliss deserved to be in that match. She represents Trish Stratus in a more modern time. Fox deserves the match, but so did Alexa, and that's what it was played off as. That Alexa is kind of like the modern day version of Trish.
Yeah.
Just, you know, with her own attitude, with her own personality and everything. But let's go ahead and get into the Battle Royale. So the Battle Royale winner was Nia Jax. I was very, very happy with that
I
win.
was kind of disappointed because I was hoping Ember would win.
Same.
See,
When it came to Ember versus Nia, I was like, come on, give this to Ember, WWE. Give this to Ember. Let her have it, because you haven't done anything with her since you brought her to the main roster. She hasn't had anything.
She had that match.
Have this.
She had that match. She did wonderfully in that match.
Oh, yeah, Ember was
And
amazing.
I'm going to
loved her
say this.
performance.
My choices were already Naomi, Ember Moon, and Nia Jax. So I'm happy because one of my three won.
Well, when I heard Tamina was finally back again, she certainly took the top spot for me for the Battle Royal. For the guys here, and you've heard me discuss my feelings on Tamina. You know that I like her. I've always enjoyed her. And I feel that WWE has really underused her, especially in the last
she
5
was
years.
out. She was out for a long time with a shoulder
9
injury.
months.
And then
But
she was
I'm not
out
saying
again with
just
another
recent-
injury.
I'm not saying just recently. I'm saying over the last 5 or 6 years.
She's
She
had a bunch of
hasn't
injuries,
had
though.
the push that I think she's deserved. And seeing her come out, seeing her perform as well as she did, especially given that she just came back off a shoulder injury and was out for 9 months, I was very pleased with her on that.
All I can say is she's had a lot of injuries, which is what's caused her career to not be as well put out
Yeah,
as it should.
that's a
So
big
it's not
factor.
really WWE's fault, but
The one that disappointed me the most, although it's semi-understandable, was Alundra Blaze. I did not like any moment of seeing her in that match.
I
The moves were
disagree.
at best lackluster.
you
She
realize
didn't really
that
do much.
do you realize how old she is?
I
Like,
know. I don't think they should have put her in there. I think they could have brought someone else
it's
back.
about showing the past and giving them that recognition they
Exactly.
deserve.
I
It's not,
kind of was hoping for like Luna or one of the others of that generation. That probably would have been a better choice. and
Alundra
they might
Blaze
have
was the
done better.
biggest wrestling female of that generation.
Oh, I know.
And having her come in, which she represents one of the most tumultuous times in all of WWF, WCW, when she took that belt and threw it in the trash on WCW Nitro.
The most controversial moment in sports entertainment history.
That deserves her a spot. That deserves her a spot. Nick, I feel like I'm over talking you, bud, even though you didn't really see the match.
I wasn't watching wrestling during that time, so I can't throw my 2 cents in.
Well, like I said, we want to go ahead and kind of speed through the matches, but one moment I do want to kick on for the Battle Royal is just seeing Tamina versus Nia Jax. That immovable force meeting that unmovable object.
The immovable object versus the irresistible force.
The irresistible force meets the immovable object. That was really cool, really stellar. I loved it.
I think the best part was that double headbutt to, what was it, Mella, I think it was? No, it wasn't Mella, it was Lana. That
Lana was just trying to get the controversy down, and she was just trying to celebrate Happy Lana Day. Come on,
that made the match for me because it was funny, it was epic. I mean, it had everything that you would want for a moment like that, and you don't get moments like that much anymore in WWE.
No,
that was phenomenal.
What about you, Matt?
Okay, thank you. I really wanted.
You gotta tap me. You gotta tap me, but if you don't
I'm tagging myself in here. Thank you.
What about you?
All right. So I was really looking forward to Michelle McCool, and that she performed really well. I was kind of hoping to see her take that and run with it, which she did. I was kind of hoping she'd win it, but she was one of my picks along with Ember Moon. I kind of wish they would have given it to Ember, but Nia kind of, she's good, but she has a little more work. I think they should change her finisher from the leg drop to Samoan drop, which I think they have recently.
I think the Samoan drop's just her signature.
No, for Nia.
Oh,
the Samoan drop is her signature, and the leg drop is her finisher.
Which they should flip-flop it, in my opinion.
But it's cool that she does that and then pins,
but now leg drop does more damage to the body.
The Samoan heritage, what was it? The mother, or the cousin,
Rock.
or whatever.
That was Rock's
with
mom.
The Rock and Tamina and Nia, because they're all part of that same Samoan dynasty. What about seeing that moment after the match?
That was amazing.
That was really cool. That was really cool.
And it would have been even cooler if The Rock would have been there. Everybody, he was probably off there filming or doing something.
Yeah, he's probably off filming something.
Yeah,
but
most likely. But that was epic too.
This whole thing was focused on the women. I mean,
exactly.
They did show the men there supporting them. Like when Naomi came out, they automatically went to Jey Uso sitting in the crowd, showing
the Finn Balor.
They showed
Bailey.
people who were the tag team partners of Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah. Finn Balor's Bailey, Team B&B.
That was
They were just showing the men supporting the women. They didn't stay on them and talk about them for 20 minutes. It's just
another one of my picks for the my third pick and final pick was Kelly Kelly. I was kind of hoping she would do better than she did. They didn't really let her showcase her talents that much, but
I wasn't a fan of Kelly Kelly.
Oh, I was.
She was
So nice they named her twice.
In the industry.
So nice to say it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And I felt that she was improved from her last time in the ring, but she wasn't
Jerry
good
the King
enough.
Lawler.
So,
That's awesome.
if I had to pick anyone, it would have been Tamina or Ember Moon were probably my top picks. And I was a little upset with how they both got taken out. But it was still one of the better matches of the night.
It was, but my favorite one, we'll probably get to it, was the Iron Woman match.
Oh.
Shout out to my girl Becky
Last
Lynch.
man standing match.
Last
woman standing.
Yeah, last woman standing.
But the last thing I want to mention about the Battle Royal was as a person who's got a plus size body, it's nice to recognize that WWE isn't afraid to move towards people like that. So showing that women don't have to be a stick figure, women don't have to be that perfect hourglass shape. Supporting a woman like Nia Jax. Supporting a woman like Nia Jax to win the Battle Royale really speaks volumes to me. Yeah. I think she's very talented. She's very... like she's very restricted in the type of wrestling she can do because of the of the candor of women she has to face. She can't she can't just hurt them like two men who are that size do. But to me, Nia Jax is a future of showing that it's not that I have a problem with women of smaller sizes, but Nia Jax is showing me that there's a future for more than just that hourglass perfect shape woman.
And it's nice to see that it's one of a few industries in America today that are starting to move in that direction. I mean, modeling's made a big move that way in the last 10 years. WWE's starting to move that way. We've got several women in the division right now that are bigger. I mean, we've got Natalya, Tamina, Nia.
And I really wish they would have gave Awesome Kong.
Well,
and it's a good spot.
That would have been nice seeing Awesome Kong.
Or better known as Carmen, WWE. She didn't get that much of a push.
Well, she got pregnant.
I know, but they should have kept her on.
She did come back for a Royal Rumble once, but...
Yeah, but I think they kept her on contract until her contract ran out. Just after she got pregnant, they didn't put her back on TV.
Well, guys, I hate to cut this short, but we have to get to the other matches real quick. So the next match that we're going to go ahead and discuss was the Riot Squad versus the Natalya, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Right off the bat, Riot Squad coming out as different Halloween characters. That was dope. Awesome. Ruby Riot coming out as Jigsaw.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan coming out. I think it's supposed to be Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre, but I can't really tell with Liv Morgan. It's all I see is ponytail, but And Sarah Logan coming out as Leatherface. That was really dope.
It wasn't the only match of the night where we got something like that, though. Remember the Alexa Bliss match when Bliss Fox and them came out? They did something similar.
I know, but just seeing them come out like that was really cool. Mm-hmm. I don't really want to discuss too much about this match because this match kind of irritated me. But you guys can go ahead and talk if you want to. But the only thing I'm going to say is the Riot Squad carried that match.
They did.
They did so much and put so much hurting on the other team. And literally, the other team comes out and does one combo with each other and pins and wins.
It was a trio, but they did. Natalya and Sasha Banks did do a tribute to the Heart Foundation with the heart attack.
That was definitely a nostalgic moment for me. Something I very much appreciated. Being a Heart fan the way that I am, and seeing that
it was
make
complete babyface though. It was complete babyface.
The Riot Squad should have had it, but
it was just complete babyface, and I don't have anything else to say about it. So
that match should have been better than it was.
The Riot Squad should have won.
I mean,
that's all.
I think that the Riot Squad recently, in the last couple of months, has been underplayed. Mm-hmm. I like the Riot Squad. I like Ruby Riot. I don't like. I think it's
that's the Riot Squad right there.
Which one is Liv Morgan? Or which one's the big Viking-looking chick?
That's
Sarah Logan.
Sarah
Logan. I think that she needs a little
that's
bit
not Sarah Logan.
polish for in-ring work and mic work, but she's still really good.
There's Sarah Logan. Sorry, there's Sarah Logan.
Right there.
There's a lot of potential for the Riot Squad, and that's the best you could say about them right now with the way WWE uses them.
Anybody else have any thoughts, Nick? I know you.
Like I said, the NXT in this match I'm going to be silent because I haven't seen it.
All right. The next match that we can go ahead and discuss real quick was the Mae Young Classic match, which was Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. Toni Storm. Right off the bat, seeing Toni Storm come out in Harley Quinn gear, loved it. I don't know. I can't definitively say if it was because it was red and black, so it could have been anything. But it looked like Harley Quinn gear.
It was definitely Harley Quinn-esque.
So Toni Storm, being a Harley Quinn fan, I already love you, and I don't even know that much about you. Io Shirai coming out with that weird cat mask, and being the high flying, strong style Japanese wrestler that she is, I'm already hooked.
Oh, definitely. She's the new Kairi Sane, in my opinion, but better. And I love Kairi Sane. So it hurts me to say this, but I think Shirai is better.
But she mentioned in the video package, Sorry, not.
Io Shirai.
Yeah, her. She mentioned that she took a lot of cues from Rey. She idolized Rey Mysterio, so.
It's seeing
Already
that
fan.
619, man.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
so
That was
cool.
amazing.
Man, it's so weird to see someone else do a 619.
Besides,
But I was
Cesaro.
I was okay with that.
Or
Yeah,
Rey.
it's not often that you see one wrestler imitate another wrestler's move, and especially today, and you're happy with seeing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it a lot. We see a lot of wrestlers will do other wrestlers' moves,
That's
and you're just kind of like,
no, they didn't.
or oh no, they didn't.
How dare you
But-
touch that person's moves?
Exactly.
Shirai, and then and another one that did another wrestler's move I was really happy with was Sasha doing the 5-star. She did a pretty
No,
She's
she
done
did
that.
not the 5-star.
Well,
Just a
we're not
process.
talking about that right now. We're not to that match.
I'm just making a
Oh wait, no, we
comparison.
passed that match.
Yeah.
I'm making the comparison. It's
was
good
Eddie.
to see
It was
that
all-
certain wrestlers have a proper reverence for the ones that came before them and opened
Yeah.
the path, and to pay homage by doing those moves and practicing those moves so they can make them look the best they possibly can when they are in that ring and performing the move.
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, Toni Storm, which was the person that I mentioned who wore the Harley Quinn gear, she did win. It was a very beautiful ceremony with Triple H coming down,
And
representing that he
Stephanie McMahon
that he
and
created NXT and NXT UK. Stephanie and one of the head coaches from Florida.
assistant.
No,
What
it was the head coach, I believe.
No, it was
One of the
assistant head
coaches,
coach.
whoever she is, one of the coaches from Florida came to present not only Toni Storm with the Mae Young Classic trophy, but a bouquet of flowers. And Io Shirai got a bouquet of flowers too. So it was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah. The
I
They-
kind of regret not watching either Mae Young Classic all the way through
Me
at
too.
this point.
I'm just
We'll
behind.
catch it up.
I'm just behind on NXT. That's my problem right
Yeah.
now. But
I will catch it up because from what I've seen of the crop of superstars that we've seen for both Mae Young Classics,
Oh,
it's been exceptionally talented and fields, and it's just been really good watching.
I think
Like,
the
best
future of women's
television.
wrestling is very
good
well
hands.
in good hands.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
And if I
would
can
concur.
get my 2 cents in
yeah,
here.
go ahead, dude.
For the Mae Young Classic, some of you got, if you watch TNA, Madison Rayne, she was in this year's Mae Young Classic. I unfortunately haven't seen it yet, but she went in as under the alias Ashley Rayne.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know.
She was in there, and I need to catch up on it for this year. But
Well, it's
shout out
over
to it.
now,
I
but,
know.
you
I
know.
can watch. You can always watch on WWE Network.
Yeah.
Fight
For
for $9.99.
Yeah, it's only $9.99.
Exactly.
$9.99.
And
WWE
usually the
hey.
first month is free.
Hey, Triple H, if you call me with a sponsorship, not only will I accept, but if I might die, so I might not be able to accept. So,
Wow, just like that.
yeah. So, Hunter,
Too
call
sweet.
me.
You call him Hunter.
That'd be too sweet, man.
That would be too sweet.
Absolutely, it'd be amazing.
Let's go ahead and
Not
go
likely to
to
happen,
the Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane match. Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, coming out with that treasure
her so
chest
much.
and just showing off that NXT Championship. I like it. I like that she panders to the crowd, hands out the gold coins, throws them out. That was really cool.
Shayna Baszler.
She
Shayna
sticks to her
Baszler.
character so well, too, Kairi Sane does.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen a wrestler, male or female, in all my 39 years, who has stuck to her in-ring persona the way that Kairi Sane does. And impresses me so much.
I really, really, really am impressed with Shayna Baszler. She is a perfect heel. She is not afraid to work the ropes with you. She's not afraid to use outside interference. What makes a good match is the fact that a heel can push a face to win, or sometimes destroy that face so that face can come back for a more overachieving win at a later point. And that's what I love about heels. So, seeing Shayna Baszler come in, mop the floor, well, okay, it was going back and forth,
yeah.
but Shayna Baszler, being the powerhouse she is, and overpowering Kairi Sane, finally with her finisher, which I don't remember what it's called, But
He tapped her out.
I can't think of the.
no, she didn't tap her out. It was a TKO.
That too. That was
She
it.
made Kairi Sane
TKO through submission.
Yeah.
She
No,
made
actually,
Kairi
that's
Sane
it.
pass out through the TKO. But Kairi Sane was impressive.
Yes, she was.
As always, though. I mean, she's been impressive ever since the first Mae Young Classic. Every match with her on NXT, and I have been following her NXT matches, has been absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. And again, it kind of goes back to what I said. She really carries her character. She does. And she there's no deviation. There's no substitution. She goes in. She does her job. She goes out. And that's one of the main reasons that I really see her coming up to the main roster sometime this next year. I do.
The same thing for Shayna Baszler.
Oh, yeah.
The Queen of Spades will definitely earn her spot because, dang,
she's
the
already
Queen
has.
of Spades. Oh, right there.
I mean, tonight
the
marked
full horsewoman of the MMA.
her history-making mark as the first time ever, two-time NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
That right there, I think, earns her main roster spot. Her performance, her mic skills, which have gotten better every week. I mean, for those of you that watch NXT, if you've paid any attention, you'll notice this. I mean, she has everything.
And if you're not watching NXT, all I gotta tell you is turn off 205 Live and maybe watch a smidge less of SmackDown because you need yourself some NXT in your life. I'm sorry. I may have just angered some people who are hardcore cruiserweight fans or might be big into SmackDown, but come on. You've got to get yourself some NXT in your life because the future is there. I can't wait to catch up on NXT so I can catch up on my War Dogs. Oh.
The problem with 205 Live, just a small side note, isn't the talent. The talent is phenomenal on that show, and it gets better all the time. The problem is the marketing and the overexposure that WWE has for all the shows it has. I mean, right now we're at 4 shows a week, sometimes 5, depending on whether they do something on the weekend or not, that nobody usually pays attention to.
And we got
well, we're not gonna. Yeah, Crown Jewel's coming up on Friday, but we're not gonna go into details about that. That's another conversation, another topic for another day. Let's get to the match that stole the show. The match that stole the show. No, this match was the diamond of the tonight. The last woman standing match between Becky Lynch and the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
I love both superstars in the match. I couldn't pick a winner when I heard it announced. I couldn't pick a winner watching it. I was just happy to watch
I'm going to go straight to Nick now because we've been, like I said, he hasn't had a chance to talk because he hasn't seen it. But Nick, I got to know what you thought about what that last woman standing match. Tell me what you thought.
It seems like every time I see Charlotte perform, somehow she elevates it to the next level. That whole match, Charlotte sold that. She should have won it. Everything Charlotte did, with the taunting and saying, "Is this your best shot?" Saying goosebumps down my side, and just all the spots they did look painful. That figure 8 in the ladder, that seemed really good. And then she was still trying to get up, but her body gave out, not herself. And I thought that was an excellent showing and selling of that factor.
I would agree.
Oh, man. Excellent performance by both women. But I do agree with you. Charlotte Flair, in my opinion, I think Charlotte Flair is the greatest talent that WWE has in a female wrestler today. That may be a little biased since my boy, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, is the greatest wrestler of all time in my opinion. But think about the matches that Charlotte Flair has had in the past with Sasha Banks. With Sasha Banks, with Bayley, she has elevated every person that she enters that square circle with.
Well, and think about the early matches she had that were definitely groundbreaking moments where, she still had work to do to make the spots work and to sell the spots in the match. Specifically, I think of the big matches, main matches she had with her and Sasha, the Hell in the Cell, I think it was, or was that just a regular cage match?
No, it's a
whatever.
Hell in a
And some of the other big groundbreaking
Yeah, let me get
matches
in
she
here.
had. She's put the work in.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry. So you're just going to mention this. It seems that even when she does lose, she's still the winner because it seems like anyone she gets in the ring with, you know, Charlotte's that trampoline and the other person's just jumping on her to reach new heights.
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought about the perfect person that you can compare Charlotte Flair to.
Natalia.
Triple H.
Well, that too.
I would agree with that assessment. I would agree. I would say maybe more like a Randy Orton.
In here.
Well, only reason I want to say that is because anybody that Triple H enters the ring with, whether he wins or loses, Triple H makes that person's career because he makes that match.
Exactly. And I would agree with that assessment.
Like when I'm gonna go back in the day, back when we first encountered a young Steve Borden, better known as Sting, and Ric Flair. Those two, Anyway, when those two stepped in the ring, Rick would carry Sting for a little while because it's a big push for Sting in like their Clash of Champions match, was it?
Yeah.
And think about the last WCW match, which was Flair versus Sting.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest match in wrestling history.
Before Triple H, there was Ric Flair. And now we have Triple H, now we have Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte. She's more like her daddy in some ways.
And don't forget Mark Calloway, The Undertaker.
Yeah,
he's done the same thing with so many superstars.
Exactly. She's kind of a combination
even
of all
like
three,
specifically
but,
the Jeff Hardy match he had.
That was amazing. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the women of wrestling.
But makes a good point.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is Becky may have not performed as high as Charlotte did, but Becky deserved to win just as much. She's done a really good job of making herself a better wrestler, in my opinion. So right now, I am sold on that straight fire.
Hell yeah, straight fire, baby.
But I gotta say, I'm looking forward to Charlotte coming back and dousing that fire, burning it out, and becoming the queen again.
Nah,
well,
but she's already a 7-time women's champion. She tied Trish Stratus' record. It's 7-time women's champion Trish Stratus.
She'll break it.
Charlotte kind of like it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because we're talking about the women.
Any last thoughts on that match,
Nick?
Nick?
Used to break it, but she'll break it.
I'm not quite sold in straight fire. I'll be honest.
I
kind of feel like the whole rivalry is just Charlotte putting over Becky Lynch at this point and giving her due time. And I respect that. I may not like it, but I respect it. So.
Well, think about it like this, though, too, Nick. This is really the first true heel run Becky has had. So she kind of needs something like that from Charlotte, who has had a couple of heel runs, who knows how to make it work.
Isn't it amazing that Charlotte can run face and heel just like on the flip of a dime?
Yeah.
She's that good.
There's not many that could do it in the business, either.
Yeah, but Becky Lynch is a friend told me she has a stone cold lone wolf or rattlesnake mentality. She's not really a tag team wrestler, she's more of a loner, but she's also got that stone cold, so she's gonna kick ass, take names, and stop mudhoney and walk it dry. That's what I like Becky Lynch. She's just amazing. I love her.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the last match, and then we'll finally start discussing, our mid-card, main events, and jobbers. Not a whole lot to talk about this match, to be honest, in my opinion. I knew Ronda Rousey was going to come in and take it. I cannot stand Ronda Rousey. She's literally just a female version of Brock Lesnar, and I don't think that her wrestling...
Who loves Brock Lesnar?
But her wrestling looks like I'm watching an MMA match, and I don't... If I wanted to watch MMA, I'd watch MMA.
Well, that's where she's from, so...
Well, Brock Lesnar's from MMA too, and I can watch Brock Lesnar wrestle, and it actually looks like a wrestling match.
He just suplexes the whole time.
Pretty much.
You know how amazing it is to see somebody pick somebody up and throw them around the ring like a rag doll?
Not 15 15 times in a row.
It's even more impressive that he does it 15 times in a row.
It's
He's
amazing.
picking up somebody that weighs on the near amount of 300 pounds
Yes.
and throwing them around like they are nothing.
And he has no hope from them, definitely.
It's all straight there.
We're not discussing whether wrestling is real or not.
I'm just saying, it's not that impressive after a while.
Go,
Like,
Cena.
okay, we know you can pick him
But-
up.
What
Congratulations.
did you
Cena,
think, Nick?
go
Were you
Cena.
upset about the outcome of that match, or did you think that it
No,
was going to
I
happen?
actually, that match turned me into a Ronda Rousey fan.
Same. I've been watching.
She
Wow.
has improved. Think about it. She's only been in WWE, 3 months? 4 months, officially. How much has she improved in the time she's been here? She's listening to other people. She's training hard. She's transitioning her skill sets. She's working on her charisma. I mean, I was so happy that she won, especially since she carried the whole fucking match.
Yeah,
No.
in my opinion, the whole match was just her taking the Bella Twins out to the proverbial tool shed.
Woodshed.
essentially.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not. It's not like I'm a big fan of Nikki Bella. I'm not. I mean, I don't want to sound too mean here, but Nikki Bella is literally the prima diva of WWE, and that's what they're trying to move away from. Which is why I wish somebody else would have been involved in that match. Somebody who probably like more encompasses what it means to be a true female wrestler.
Asuka. Ember Moon.
Sharon Baszler.
Well, first of all, you're talking about people that aren't on the same show.
Yeah.
I'm just listing people that would have been better in that match.
But
Ember Moon would have been amazing.
Ronda, I don't think Ronda deserves to be champion just because she's this really impressive MMA fighter who had all this amazing talent in MMA, and then she comes to WWE, and all of a sudden, bam.
And I was that way for a while too, but it wasn't just her in-ring performance. It was the little things she did, like picking up both Bellas, or at the beginning of the start of the match, treated her like a puppet in that hold, and
Yeah.
really.
That was funny. That was funny.
It was.
And one thing I will give her is on the 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, when she goes, "The only doors you've been knocking down is the one to John Cena's bedroom."
And then he tossed you out of it.
Oh my God, I died. I just died.
I think we all did who saw that moment. That was so good.
So I like her mic skills and everything. I just want her to wrestle more. I don't want to see judo over and over again. She literally does that throw over the shoulder move
The arm throw, yeah.
a million times in every match, and I'm tired of it.
Well, I mean, her finisher is the armbar, so it does make sense that she would focus on the arm.
Yeah, but there are other things she could do too. Like, she doesn't even do any collar elbow tie up. She doesn't do any of that chain wrestling that I really like to see.
She did a collar elbow tonight. At the start of that match. I mean, that
Becky
was
tied
impressive.
It was literally for like 2 seconds.
But
And
the fact
Nikki.
that she's only been around for,
Oh, I just don't like it.
not even a full year, correct me if I'm wrong, and she's already selling these storylines like a real, or already a real female wrestler would, and I really appreciate that.
Like I said, my only problem is the wrestling, like I almost feel like I'm talking like Daniel Bryan. You're not a real wrestler!
If you're gonna talk like that, man, you gotta mention the pipe bombs, and also Mr. Pipe Bomb himself, CM Punk. He wasn't a wrestler, but we're talking about the women.
Did anybody have any last thoughts, though, on this match? Speak
No.
now or forever hold your peace.
Just that I would agree with you
Or-
that I felt that
Former
the Bellas were...
Ronda Rousey hater turned fan now, so.
I felt the Bellas were undeserving of being in that match. Absolutely. I felt that there were better choices on any of the rosters. And I thought it was a disappointment that the Nikki and Brie come back after how many years out and doing a show that they can't even carry by themselves. They have to have co-stars to carry it for them. And she's just handed that shot.
I just thought of something, actually. I am really upset that
I really
Brie Bella...
like the Bellas.
I'm really upset that Brie Bella has gone back to this, like... Remember when Brie lost that match to Nikki, so she was like a slave?
Yeah.
That's literally what Brie is now, still. Except she's not, like, fighting
She's not a
it.
slave, she's a cheerleader.
Also, I want to mention, they brought out a flag but never used it in a cheap way, in a heel way. Kind of feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that was kind of... I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the last thing I want to mention about Evolution before we get into anything is, where was our WWE Women's Tag Team Championship?
Exactly.
I was disappointed that was not debuted as a match tonight.
Come on!
To be announced.
There's a lot of rumors that it's coming, but this would have been the night to do it. Now it just feels like we've been robbed and we'll eventually get it, but that's all I have to say.
What about the possible rumor confirmation we got tonight, though, with the 4 horsewomen of UFC? With that match, the Shayna Baszler match, seeing the other 2 finally at a WWE event, participating in the event to some degree, and that's been a rumor that's been circulating for the better part of a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that was awesome.
But let's go ahead and get into our mid-card, main events, and jobber. Does anybody want to go first real quick, or...?
I will, because I'm going to upset some people.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, here we go.
Okay, so just tell us one at a time what your mid card is, then your main event, and then your jobber. But after every time you tell us why, and then we'll rebut you and tell you why we don't agree with you.
Oh.
So your mid card. Who is your mid card?
Prepare to be roasted, Nick.
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane.
I saw her a lot in NXT, and I fell in love with her.
So she's your mid card?
Not fell in love like I'm obsessed or anything, but with her performance.
Okay, Kairi Sane deserves a mid card.
Or higher, definitely.
So I agree.
Potential if she really.
Kairi Sane's the pirate princess.
I love her so much.
Captain Pirate gimmick, because that's something brand new that we haven't seen in
since the virtuals.
Yeah, because we did see the pirate gimmick once, but it was so poorly done.
Yeah.
Alright, so who is your main event, Nick?
Oh, I hated that gimmick.
Charlotte.
Okay, I completely agree. Charlotte's worthy of main event status. Really great wrestler. I don't think anybody's arguing.
It's just one I would put up there.
This is the part that everyone's going to be...
Okay, who's your jobber?
Becky Lynch.
I
totally disagree.
Oh, that deserves a woodshed-style beating.
There's fighting words for a couple people here, Nick.
Oh, I love Becky.
Even Christina's saying that was a lame choice.
No, I'm not saying that was a lame choice.
Just admit that's exactly why you were saying lame.
I said dang. With a D.
She has a title right now is because of Charlotte.
Okay, do you have anything else to say why she's your jobber? Like, can you give us anything else?
Because I feel like she tried to sell to the best of her abilities, but I wasn't really feeling it. Like her shocks and us, how Charlotte got up, and it was more about Charlotte. She should have taken more initiative to create the story about her and her triumph over this jealous hater. And I feel like there was a missed opportunity. Definitely.
Okay. Well, other people will have their chance to rebut with their mid-card main events and, jobbers. So I want to go random here. I'm going to pick Zim. Who is your mid-card wrestler?
God, and I'm going to hate myself for saying this. I really, really am. Natalya Hart.
She might as well be a jobber, but okay.
And if you think about it, she comes from wrestling royalty, so that's a point in her favor. She has a very solid set of skills in and out of the ring. The only reason I put her on the mid-card at this point is her lack of real use to do anything but put over other people in the last several years. There's a lot of wasted potential with Natalya Hart.
Okay. So, who would you be your main event then?
Asuka.
Even though she's been really underutilized since her Braun.
She has been so screwed since coming up from NXT.
Yeah.
And see, I'm so mad. I'm gonna
I
put
hate
this
what
out.
they do with her.
I'm gonna
She's
put
so
this
good.
out. I'm gonna put this out real quick, just because for the past 2 months since they announced Evolution, how many of these women's tag teams have we seen come together? Naomi and Asuka, Riot Squad, Iconics, all these tag teams, and yet,
I know.
and I was
don't disagree
I was
with you.
really hoping for a Naomi Asuka tag team, and they would win. I was really hoping, but
Again, going back to Asuka, whether it's singles competition or tag team competition with her talent is so explosive and so huge and being so wasted. I want
he has
her
a
to
huge talent.
I want her to get the push that she had when she was in NXT, and that whole I was undefeated for the better part of 2.5 years. I want her to get what she earned and what she earns every time she's in that ring. So she has to be my main event match pick.
Okay. Now, who is your jobber?
Almost everyone here is going to hate my answer for this, but it has to be Mella.
Mella is money!
Mella is money.
She's not very charismatic. Her in-ring skills are at best a push and mediocre. And every time she's in the fucking ring, this is why she has had Alicia Fox and Mickie James at her side for like 1.5 years now. They carry
That's Alexa Bliss, dude.
You think of Alexa.
Whatever. It's the reason.
So is Alexa Bliss your jobber, or is
She's
Carmella?
Here's the difference with Alexa
No.
and Carmella.
No.
Who is your jobber? Alexa
I pick
Bliss.
Carmella for the jobber, but the reason I pick her over Alexa is because I see potential in Alexa. She could be better, and she's working to get better. Carmella is just there for the small backside and the looks. She has no appreciable mic talent, no appreciable in-ring skill.
Oh,
She's just there for her looks.
oh,
Hashtag I miss James Ellsworth.
oh.
James Ellsworth
Comment
helped carry her
section.
so much
Comment
when she was
section,
teamed with
roast him. Your Dark Lord commands you to roast this non-believer.
As long as he's not being loud.
Ah,
And
my heart hurts. Okay, I gotta go to somebody with more positivity in my life. I gotta go to my wife next.
Oh.
Oh, oh,
Am I
wife.
bringing the positivity?
Well, please bring the power of positivity. I need pancakes. I need pancakes right now. Can you get me some Bootios?
That could be, folks. That was not meant to be taken in any wrong ways. Please do not take it like that.
Okay.
Just
Anyway.
All right.
go with it.
Okay, so who is your
So-
mid card?
I'm bouncing between two people, so I'm just gonna say both because I can.
You always do.
Screw you guys.
You always do.
You're going hell.
I really like Asuka.
Asuka.
Asuka. I don't know why I say Asuka. It's Asuka.
Anyway.
I really like Asuka.
But you think she only deserves a mid card? Really?
Because I said like. I like her. I like her a lot. I think she's really cool.
Okay, well, who's this other person?
I really liked AJ Lee.
Ah!
Oh yes.
You know, there was some rumors that she was gonna come back.
I would have rather her came back than
What was
some of
that?
the other
Hold on. What was that, Nick?
I would definitely replace my Midgard or my Midgard with AJ Lee.
What? You had access to all of them.
Oh,
Go for it,
I
Cena.
thought it was just about the pay-per-view.
No. I told you beforehand it was all women that wrestled.
Oh yeah, definitely AJ Lee. I love the yes, yeah.
Well,
okay.
geez, Nick. I really liked AJ Lee when she was wrestling, and I don't know. I feel bad because she's not wrestling now, and like Asuka's new, and So, like, it's really hard when you're like, I really like this person, but this person's now.
Every time you say AJ Lee, I just think of CM Punk in pink boots.
I feel you there,
Because
Oh, general manager.
anyway, so I really like AJ Lee, and so I don't want to, like, not include her. Let's see. Now, for my favorite,
Your main
my
event.
main event, it's got to be Paige. I love
I could get behind that
Right,
choice.
right,
I love
right.
Paige.
I love Paige. We got to meet her. She is great. I love her, and
She kissed me on the cheek.
she did. It is
And you
weird.
have not watched that cheek since.
That's not true.
That's not true, but okay.
It's kind of crazy because I've picked a bunch of wrestlers who are not actually wrestling anymore. But,
Except one.
well, yeah, I
Well,
mean,
2 over 3.
Asuka is still wrestling. But I really like Paige, and I think she's doing a cool job as the general manager.
And who knows, we might get a page turner in the future. And she might
Oh,
return
wow.
to write her own story.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
everybody, groan. Oh.
Caleb with the puns.
Puns are my job, Caleb. Come on now.
Wow.
Well, you're old enough to know when they started.
No.
But anyway,
I'll accept that one.
she's a super nice person, and I hope she continues to do well here in the States.
Now, who is your jobber?
Okay, I sort of feel bad for this, honestly, but if I had to pick one that I don't really like, well, I mean, I do, but I don't, I had to go with Ronda Rousey. I know. I
Right
know.
to the heart,
No,
Dina.
I'm sorry, guys.
Right to the heart.
But I just feel like the way she...
Killing me, Smalls.
I feel like the way she left, oh, I can't even think of what it's called now, MMA, was kind of like weird, just because she had this huge streak and she was the greatest thing ever,
Yeah.
and then she suffered 2 losses and like completely lost the entirety of everything she was, and it's like, okay, but
I think there was more to that, though, than we ever heard.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that it was because the female roster of MMA was adopting more Greco-Roman style of wrestling that she couldn't really deal with inside the octagon, and that's one of the reasons why she left.
well, I know, but the fact is she like was at the top and then she just fell, and it was sad, and it was like, wow.
She
like,
never went back to reclaim her, you know.
Right, I mean, it just felt like,
I think she will one day.
I don't know. It just seemed like one of those things where, like, in wrestling, where, like, that happens, but then you come back and you beat everybody, and then, like, she just didn't. So it's kind of like, I mean, even The Undertaker got defeated terribly, but he still comes back. Like,
Oh,
I
I got
know,
it.
I took that back. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, you just punched Matt in the
In the
gut
heart.
and emptied out his lungs.
You
Right
know,
there.
I gotta say this. That wasn't really an insult
I know,
to The
but
Undertaker.
it
that was
just hurts.
actually a compliment
It
and
goes
an
both ways.
appreciation of his
Yeah.
It's both ways. I'm a Taker
I'm
fan.
just
for
saying,
the
like,
Undertaker.
I'm
yeah,
just disappointed
certainly.
that,
I
like,
loved
that
him.
ended everything. I mean, even, what's his name?
Goldberg.
No.
Goldberg had a huge
Tiger
streak.
Woods, like, I remember when he was at the top of golf,
Oh,
and then he
yeah.
screwed his whole life up, but he still golfs.
Yeah.
Like,
He's back on top of the
he
game
even
now.
wins occasionally,
And
But,
he won
like-
big, this year.
and he ruined his life on purpose. I just feel like she suffered some losses, and, like, she took it way too seriously, and it's like, you gotta get back on that saddle, girl.
I think it was just the change of style, and because I mean, you get this when you compare
she-
fighting styles.
She
of
lost
anything.
embarrassingly to someone she wasn't supposed to.
And
That there's that too. Certainly.
And that, I mean, but she was the top. Like, she won so many matches in a row, and I feel like 2 matches shouldn't have defined, like, her end.
She's also in the UFC Hall of Fame, so I give her that.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
all right.
I mean, I'm glad, I hope if she's happy, I mean, I hope that she's happy, and if she's having fun, then that's cool, but, like, I feel like if she feels, like, any sort of regret, I mean, she better get back in it before she gets older and she can't do it at all.
I think she will.
We'll see.
All right. Well, Mighty Matt,
The mighty one's right here, ready to go.
who is your mid-card choice?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with. I hate to say this. She was known as Rosita in TNA, but now she goes by. I can't.
It's not Selena, is she?
No, it's.
I didn't think so.
Maybe I can't remember her name, but her name's Thea Trinidad. She's just being underutilized. I love her. She's amazing. Kind of like my girl Becky.
She's not
Lynch.
currently wrestling, is she?
Yeah, she wrestles
Really?
the
I
Tina
thought
Beggar. She's with she's managing and also wrestling Amita's Cien Alba.
So that would be Selena Vega. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Selena Vega.
I was drawing a blank. Thanks, guys. Selena Vega.
And I asked you if you were
I
talking about
couldn't
Selena.
remember her
Well, you
name.
didn't say Selena. You said Celine.
Yeah, you said Celine. It's
But still.
yeah, Vega. Now,
I didn't think that was Rosita, though. I thought
Mhm.
Rosita was gone.
no, you're thinking of someone else anyway. But yeah, she.
I
is
bet I know who
getting-
your main event is, but
Come on, get to it.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is my main event. I love her to death. She has impressed me so much on her skills on the mic and in the ring. I've been watching her since, on NXT. And yeah, she's just, she's amazing. I'd love to meet her in a Wizard World sometime. Anyway. And my jobber, some of you guys might not know this, but I absolutely hate two people, but anyway, I don't like Carmella because she is just
what is all this Carmella hate?
and I got my other one with her.
I at least
Anyway.
provided valid reason.
And Carmella, she was great in NXT when she was with Big Cass and Enzo Amore.
Overshadowed by them, though.
But Melly
She was
is
managing.
money.
No, she's okay. She's money. She's a penny.
Fabulous.
She's a dime at best.
She's a penny or she's a dime. But she's no Becky. She can't hold a candle to Becky Lynch.
Oh, goodness.
My second jobber is Lana.
But
Lana has-
Lana is the best! Lana #1!
Don't hate
I-
me. No,
I-
let me get my reasonings out here before you
Ooh.
hate
Ah!
Lana.
Tough one.
She is gorgeous, yes. But she's only got the huge. She drops her accent a lot in Total Divas and
On screen.
on screen. When she came in, she had this commanding Russian presence. She's known as a rapping Russian, right? And ever since Total Divas, she's married to Rusev, yes, but she just not impressed me in the ring at all. One
But
move.
She has talent.
She
though,
has
and
potential. She has
Yes.
huge potential in that ring.
that was one
Lana
of
is the best.
several reasons
Lana
I
is
Lana
picked
#1.
No.
Lana has potential.
But Carmella, she's just no.
I hope she gets better.
Mela is money.
Mella's a dime at best. Anyway.
Alright.
Mella's just not getting better. That's the problem.
And also
I
one
just
more,
love
which is
catchy
from the day, but I'll
things.
say that for later.
That's why I really liked, was it Emma?
Emma.
Yeah. She was such a good in-ring performer,
She was,
but her
but
mic
WWE
skills were awful.
I love that little dance.
All I can think of is Santino.
Santino Marella.
But this is about the women.
Alright, yeah.
Alright. So I'll finally give my mid-card main event and
Go ahead,
jobber.
Dart.
First of all, I'm going to have a special mention.
Oh, special mention.
Cool.
Ember
boy.
Moon, no matter what she has done nothing but impress me,
Exactly.
but she hasn't been pushed yet.
Yeah.
So that's why she's just going to be a little special mention for me right
Wait,
now.
I've got it. They can push her to the moon.
She has an excellent
One of these days, Vince McMahon. One of these days.
And she
Bam!
probably has
Zoom!
one of the best
Straight to the
finishers
moon.
out of anybody,
Kill-
male or
She
female,
has a
on the
great
roster.
cape.
Yeah, she has a great cape, and her eyes are so piercing. I feel
And
like
that
she's like...
finisher. I think the most unique finisher I've seen almost my entire life. That
Big
top
cuts.
rope stunner is awesome.
I absolutely adore her, but she hasn't been pushed enough for me to, like, put her
Go
too
crazy.
high on my list, so...
She's
for,
so athletic.
for mid-card, the only reason this woman is mid-card because she hasn't been wrestling in probably 5+ years, maybe probably even more, 10 years. I'll give you guys one clue. She's got legs.
Stacy Keibler.
Stacy
won.
Keibler. Oh, get out. Get out.
She's got legs. I mean, come on, y'all.
And let me finish that statement.
They all have legs.
Stacy
Keibler has legs and she knows how to use them.
Was amazing. She was a great manager for the Dudleys. She was a great manager for Tess.
Hurricane.
She was a great Super Stacy for Hurricane and Rosie. I love Stacy Keibler. Now, this is also during the time of, you know, the mud matches and bra and panties and things like that. But Stacy always had this strong presence and that great sex appeal that always sold me for her, you know. And I always liked her. I wish she would have came back for something at Evolution, but she didn't. So
she was one of the best divas of her time, her era.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could, you know, I can call her a women's wrestler because she did wrestle. I just would have liked to seen her as a women's wrestler nowadays. But she is the diva of that time, in my opinion.
I wasn't watching at that time.
Can I mention a special mention?
What's your special mention, real quick?
China.
That's a good one.
Okay. Let me finish mine, and then we'll do a quick discussion on China, and then I'll finish it. Oh my gosh! I get a special mention. Everyone's got a special mention.
Steve Torres.
Hey, you want my keys so you don't get locked out?
JJ's downstairs.
Oh, okay. But so Stacy Keibler, I loved her. She could do no wrong in my eyes. My main event person would have to be
Charlotte Flair.
Naomi.
No, it's not.
Really?
Naomi is his girl.
Naomi is quite literally the most athletically gifted wrestler in the women's locker room, hands down.
I disagree.
She may job, but that's because she may botch moves, but that's because she's doing moves in the ring that no one else will even attempt to do.
I disagree that she's the most athletically gifted. There are multiple women stars that are as equally athletically gifted, if not more so.
There's no one that high flies like
Charlotte,
she does.
Sasha, Bailey, all are equally athletically
Zim
gifted.
just doesn't feel the glow.
You just don't feel the glow.
Don't get me wrong. I like Naomi. I'm
really
just saying.
like
I think it is a falsehood to state that she is the most athletically gifted woman wrestler on the roster today.
Well, you can think that all you want, but Michael
Cole
agrees with me, and Michael Cole's got more experience than all of us. So
Michael Cole's an idiot.
Well, Michael Cole has more experience in that business than all of us combined. So
I'd have to disagree. Naomi she botches so much, but she has some abilities. But
she only botches so much because she's doing moves that no other female wrestler.
She's WWE's version of Sabu.
She's doing
Sabu botched that. Hell no.
She does. She's doing moves that no other WWE female wrestler will do, which is why she botches.
I actually agree fully with what you said, Caleb.
Now for my jobber, I'm going to pick someone, and I'm going to pick her because she always feels like she's kind of outshined by her partner, Sonya Deville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mandy is always outshining her, and I cannot lie. What's his name? The heel announcer?
Corey Graves.
Every time Mandy comes out, I love hearing Corey Graves just tell Byron Saxton to shut the hell up so he can drink in Mandy. And then Sonya Deville just happens to be there, But like Sonya Deville comes out and does her little punch thing, and then all of a sudden the music dies, and all of a sudden you hear Mandy, and the whole atmosphere just changes, and you forgot that somebody came out 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Sonya Deville. I don't know if you'll beat the crap out of me now, because I'm sure you definitely can. And I'd probably just sit there and take it because I'm very much afraid of you. But
for good reason.
I'm very sorry, but I feel like you're just outshined right now. And if you maybe punch Mandy in the face, maybe you get
multiple times.
Maybe you
Hey. Go for the gut, not the face, please.
No, just beat the hell out of her everywhere, Sonya.
No.
Now, you said Eve Torres is a special mention. You said
They didn't have a special mention. Do you have
I'm
one?
trying to think of one. If I had to pick one, Lita. I love Lita. I've always loved her. In terms of pure athleticism and just pure all-around skill set, out of all the eras of wrestling I've watched, I think she has been single-handedly the most athletically gifted, the most charismatic woman wrestler
I agree with
I've
you.
ever seen.
I agree with the athletically gifted part.
I do too, and we've met Caleb and I, and are the friends.
And I
I've
hear
met.
she's such a sweetheart to talk to,
She is.
too. So,
She
I
is.
mean,
I can
that's
say
a
that
boost
personally.
right there.
But I'm gonna touch on the China thing, and then we're gonna kind of end off here. I adored China back in the day of D-Generation X. I adored her as Hunter's escort.
So before her days with Eddie.
I just wanna kind of chime here, not to disrespect you by cutting him, but she was wrestling men before it was the 90s.
And I completely agree with that, and I love her for what she did back in the day. It's really sad that her run in adult movies will almost guarantee ruin her chance at ever becoming a Hall of Famer.
It will tarnish her forever and the legacy she left.
It's really sad because so what? She can, why can't she do whatever she wants and still be recognized for what she did? But at the same time, it's sad. But I want to end on a more high note. Evolution was a wonderful pay-per-view. I mean, solid B+, maybe even an A- for me.
At least we got a broken announce table.
Yeah, it was the German announce table. Is that what the girls are going to do now? Are the girls going to break the German announce table now?
Because remember, fellas, it's not a good pay-per-view until you break an announce table.
But it has to be the Spanish announce table. Are the women going to now destroy the German announce table?
Probably.
I think it just depends on where the table's positioned.
Hold up, what was that, Nick?
They both have to have their different tables. Like, what if one of the men has already broken that table? They need to have a reservation table.
Maybe they broke the wrong one.
But then they just go with it, for now on, the women are breaking the German announce table.
They're like trying to point like, that one. And they're like, well, I already started here, so.
Hey, watch. Next pay-per-view, it'll be Funaki's announce table. Number one SmackDown announcer.
Yeah.
All right, well, Nick, I thank you for being here with us. Christina, you're always here with me, but I appreciate you being here with me.
I love you.
Zim, Matt, thank you for joining us on a special edition of Like, Love, Destroy that we called Mid-Card, Main Event, Jobber. Let us know in the comment section below what WWE female or any female wrestler that's ever wrestled would be your mid-card, main event, and jobber down in the comment section below. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I hope you did, make sure you Superman punch that like button. And if you're new, Samoan drop in into the Brotherhood and hang out with us. Roman Reigns, my thoughts and prayers are with you.
Same.
I hope you win your battle with leukemia, and we want to see you back soon. Hopefully it's not a member of the Shield. Hopefully they're one that's going to destroy the Shield and bring them down with your own Cerberus powers.
Screw you. This Shield is amazing.
Yes, they are.
Roman Shield.
Roman Reigns
Believe
needs
in
to
the
turn
Shield.
heel.
Believe in the Shield.
Like Dean Ambrose.
Roman
did,
Reigns
yeah.
has
Anyway.
turned heel a couple of times. It doesn't work for him.
He needs to get better at it, but
I agree.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely give Evolution a chance. It was a great pay-per-view. But from all of us here at the Brotherhood, we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Too sweet.